Glasses.
Okay, hey guys, this is Dawn. Welcome to Gulf Coast October, and I'm hanging out with my friend Sunday because I talk about Sunday sometimes, but you've never seen her. I wanted to do this just like a little Q&A with me and my friend. And the best way to do things is to jump right into them, but first I have to let you listen to my intro song. You're still here. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so hi Sunday, how are you doing?
Okay.
How you
Good to be here.
It's good. Welcome to my car.
Oh, I love it.
It's in your driveway.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to your driveway.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So excited. So on the way over here, I was a little, I was excited about this because, how often you get to just do this kind of stuff anyways with your friends. It's fun. But I'm a person that I match energy with other people. And so sometimes when this one and I get together, we have a really good time because we can match good, happy, positive energy. So, yeah. So I was wondering if I could ask you some questions.
Sure.
My first question with my literal creative brain is, how did you feel when I asked you if I could do a Q&A with you?
I was so excited and so happy. Reason being is because I think it's an excellent idea, something to leave behind. And I wish I had thought of one like that for people that I loved that I lost. So I think this is a great idea.
Thank you for letting me do it.
No, thank you for asking me.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's really cool. That's a great way to start a video, I tell you what. If you could leave a little bit of a legacy of what you would want others to think of you, well, this was what was on my mind. And I'm going to ask about your sons. What would you want them to remember about you?
I never surrender. I am a fighter. And no matter how bad things get in life, there's got to be another way. There's a little tiny piece of light somewhere. And I believe that everybody needs to look for that. I believe that you need to be strong when you're not feeling it. I was afraid a lot in my life, but you do it anyway. And that's where the strength comes, is doing it even though you're afraid. Take all options, weigh them. Take the one that best fits you, that most makes you feel comfortable. Not what other people think is right, not what everybody else would feel comfortable with, but what you and your heart and soul and inner feels comfortable with. And definitely, I hope they live like that.
I think that's like a legacy that you leave for everybody, because when I think of you, that's the kind of stuff I think of.
Wow.
And it's why I like spending time with you, and why I love that we're friends. People like you and I, we don't come around every day.
And that's true.
We don't find each other.
That's very, very true. And I think that's what attracted me to you in the beginning, is I saw that inner soul and that true to yourself. No matter what, you're true to yourself.
Working on it.
But that's true. We all are working on it. It's never going to be easy where we could do that all the time, because the little voices say, you're not good enough. You can't do it. Why are you different than everybody? All those things we fight against, and I've seen it in you over and over again.
I'm going to get to that question.
You're such a fighter.
I'm going to get it. Okay. I hate interrupting because I love hearing about what a wonderful person. I'm just kidding. Don't we all? Don't we wish we had validation?
Every day.
Okay, so we're technically still on the legacy. Is that what you would want for your grandkids and for me, and that fighter? Is fighter spirit? Is that the right survivor spirit? But not in a negative way, like not just surviving, but like surviving, like it's good.
Surviving, feeling good about surviving, not just existing. There's a difference between existing and surviving. Okay, I want to survive. I want to see what is ahead of me. I have constant hope that things will change, no matter how bad things get, or that I've seen get. Somehow, there's something to hope for.
Always.
And that makes me want more.
Because you've seen it in the past where you had hope and it came to fruition.
Right.
And I have too. I've seen this with me. I've seen it with you. I've seen it since I've known you.
Yeah, we've seen.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna move on to the next one then. I'm gonna move on to the next one. This is really precious, actually, by the way. Okay. What is your favorite childhood memory?
Oh, childhood. Camping with my whole family. There was only 5 of us at the time. And we went to Vermont, where my grandfather used to live. And we went camping on a lake. It was beautiful. And my grandfather was telling us about these little shepherds that were born. They were about 8 weeks old now.
Like a little dog?
Shepherds. They were German shepherds.
German, okay, yeah.
Dogs.
Okay.
And they were ready to be adopted out. So I definitely wanted one. My brothers wanted one. And so my father said, well, we can look. My mother said, no. My father said, let's go look. We looked. They were the most adorable. And I remember my mother standing there shaking her head, no, we can't have one. I just can't have any more work. And along comes this dog, lays on my mother's foot, and just looks up at her. And she said, oh, no. And we took it home. It was the best time. I got to hold him all the way home.
Well, was it just a surprise
that she gave in.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe.
That's a victory.
Yeah.
Puppy. Oh my gosh. And you have a dog today.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I call the dog Starfish, but her name is Star. And if you come to visit, the dog will be the star of the show. That is for sure. I love Star. And she's a pit bull, and she's a great dog.
She really is. Mm-hmm. She's loving. She was matched up with me by the universe. Absolutely. I needed her at the time that I got her desperately, and she needed me. And we've been very close.
My little Cheech was like that.
She reads exactly what I need it when I need it.
She's very
incredible.
Sweet.
Yep.
She got annoyed with me earlier because I snuck out and didn't say bye. And my dog training brain says don't say bye to dogs when you leave because they get upset. But she's like, excuse me, but I had to do stuff. I was busy. I will go say bye.
Your brain was busy.
Okay. My next question I want to hear. Let's see where we're at time wise. We are doing fantastic. What is your proudest accomplishment?
It's actually a hard one. Definitely my children. I am so grateful. I don't know if it's my accomplishment. I've said since the time they were born that definitely God had a hand in that, because I didn't have the equipment or the knowledge or any of the emotional stability to be able to raise such fantastic kids.
Wow.
So I know I had help in that area. Mm-hmm. And my second is finding a man that I absolutely adore, understands me, and accepts me, not for what he wants or wants me to be, but for actually who I am. That to me is an unbelievable thing to have in your life. And my third thing is getting sober. I think that was one of, because raising the kids was hard, but I loved every minute of it. I did not love every minute of getting sober. I hated it. I dragged my feet, but I knew it was the only thing I could do to be able to be better for my kids. It was very hard. It's the only reason I've never relapsed is because I never would want to do those first 2 years over again. I don't think I could make it a second time. I know I didn't pull me through. I know that there definitely was a higher power in there, the same one that held me through with my kids. Getting sober, definitely. It was hard.
I'm with you on that. That's one of my greatest accomplishments is that I quit drinking alcohol because, basically everything you just said. That's when people that have things in common get together. You might not have anything else in common, but if you've got something in common, then there can be spirituality, growth,
right,
friendship,
fellowship. And it's
fellowship.
the growth with you. I never feel like I'm being stifled. I never feel like I'm stumped, you know, like.
That's just because I'm a damn awesome person, isn't it?
Yes, you are. I'm so glad you realize that now.
I had to interrupt you to tell you that. Well, that's because it's easy for me to like flatter myself when I'm looking at my. No, I don't know. I could just go on. I'm being dumb. Okay, I'm gonna switch gears just a little bitty bit, but it's just right up your alley because you keep trying to direct this on me, which is flattering and awkward. But yeah, so I'm just gonna ask you, what is your favorite memory of us?
Oh my gosh. Well, there's the time at NASA's Trace where we went to the Welcome Center. And we saw that house that was built with stones and Coke glasses. Well, I don't know if it was Coke glasses, but they were all different color, maybe wine glasses.
It looked like the
wine bottoms.
Like the bottom, yeah.
It was excellent. What a beautiful place and peaceful. But I always feel peaceful when I'm with you. I never feel tense or anxious. Another one was, we went up this road and I said, I never took that road. So without even thinking, you just turned and went up it went up a huge hill, but it was a dead end, you know. We got out, took some pictures. It was awesome. And another one was, oh no, I can't remember.
The pumpkin house. I think you said that earlier.
Oh my gosh. When we went in Franklin and it was Halloween, that's my favorite holiday, by the way.
Me too.
Halloween, and you're born in October too,
Yes.
So that kind of helps.
Just don't say the date for security reasons.
But it was so exciting because these people actually decorated their whole yard, garage, and house, but they let you come in at your own pace and go through it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just so beautiful. It was so kind of them.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no vandalism. There was no nothing. It was the most wonderful. And I loved experiencing that with you because you're more like me. You get excited when people give without expecting.
See, and those are those positive energy vortexes that I stumble upon in my life, and I want to share them with other people. Another one, and I never got to get you to go there with me, and we have got to do this because every spring, I want to do this, and spring is upon us as of the time that this video is being made, is the little flower shops, the little plant shops.
Oh, yes.
And that one, they're going to end up tearing that one down because
do that this year.
We have to do it because it is like.
And I'll tell you how it was.
Fairies. It's like fairies are there. I love these little.
Oh, fairies. That's the other thing.
Where's this right here? You gave me this fairy.
There's a tree that I have, and everybody keeps on telling me that I have to cut this tree down because it it's a big tree. It maybe has a couple of branches that are really alive that give you some leaves. Mm-hmm. But I refuse to cut it down because underneath the tree, okay, first of all, the squirrels love it.
There's a fairies there.
And there's a fairy house in there. That's the one I took pictures of.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And there's a little doorway and everything, and they made like a little bed. Now, it could be squirrels.
It could be.
All right? But it's awfully tiny.
I think it's fairies.
Awfully tiny. And I go back, and it changes. It's like things inside change, and the bed is somewhere else.
Can I catch a picture of that before I leave here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hopefully I can insert it right here.
Yes. That's the other thing. I can share that type of stuff with you and not feel crazy, not feel different. That's the type of stuff that draws me to you. So.
And I've had a lot of like paranormal experiences, and not everybody is kind to me about that. And you're actually my friend that I practice that with because can I say that we know each other from recovery?
Yeah.
Okay. I said it. But so that was like with you, I was learning that there are people out there that will let me be myself, and I don't have to just say what I think you want me to hear. And I ripped the Band-Aid off of that with you and decided you were my friend that I was going to practice that with. And you taught me that it's okay for me to be like that.
It definitely, yeah. But that's a two-way street. That's why.
Well,
I felt that with you right off.
I'm trying to think of my favorite memory with you. My memory and this might be kind of selfish, but it was fun. When I was reading my book to you, when I first started writing that book, and you were like bouncing up and down on the bed excited because you could picture everything. And
I was there with you. I loved it. What a great book.
Yeah. It's too bad that like Amazon got rid of it, but oh well. I'll try again later, I guess. Okay, so this is more on this is about the ASD stuff. Okay, so you were with me. You're the friend that went with me to my assessment. And so, did you used to work with autistic kids?
Yes, I did. I was a speech therapist, and I worked with a different range of autistic.
So
children.
the way we say that now is like support needs. We base it on support needs, like within the autistic community, for the most part. Not everybody does. Because they used to say Asperger's and low functioning and high functioning, and that is a term that a lot of people within the autistic community are trying to, get away from and use things like higher support needs, and I'm learning them as I go as well. So, but do you think that the diagnostic information for autism has changed?
It's changed somewhat, like a lot of the labeling and things has changed, but we have such a long way to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I think continuing education on that is really important. And for the teachers, for the counselors, for people that treat them or work with them, I should say, definitely need further education.
Do you think I'm on the spectrum? Do you believe that I'm?
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that would say things like, there's no way that you're autistic. But I have a friend that used to work with autistic people that is saying, absolutely, I'm on the spectrum. And you were with me during my diagnosis. And do you think that the lady that diagnosed me was competent to diagnose
absolutely.
autistic people?
Absolutely.
This validation is huge for people like me.
You also have to remember who you're asking. A lot of people have a vision of they have a certain criteria for an autistic person. And if you don't fit that criteria, if you don't look like that, okay, like Rain Man, then you're not. Then you don't fall, and that's so wrong.
I love Rain Man, and a lot of autistic people hate that movie because of what people that are not autistic have put on us. I love Dustin Hoffman. I love everything he went through to prepare for that movie, and I love that movie, and I love the characters, and I have to be careful not to let people that keep us in categories make me not love something that I love. So I hate that when I see stuff that I wonder, would people actually hate that if they didn't associate it with the people that refuse to accept that we are here too? Does that make sense when I say?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
Have you ever seen people be rude to me in public for no reason?
Oh my goodness. I don't understand. I truly don't understand. When you first described it to me, when we used to go to meetings and stuff and you used to talk about it, I was thinking, gee, it's funny. Everybody says I'm oversensitive, that I pick up too easily on things, and maybe it's my own imagination. I'm saying, I was thinking maybe you were the same as me, but it's true. It's not that you're oversensitive. I don't know. I think it's because you have so much empathy for people that they know if they can react in a certain way, you'll pick up on it.
Yeah, I think that.
And you can help.
The weird thing about that is it means that I'm tapping into the psychic part of other people, and they don't even realize what potential that I have to help them. Other people like me have to, but all they can do is tap into the negative part and try to put the energy out in a way that I react.
Right.
That is going to go over a lot of people's heads.
Yes. Yes. And that's unfortunate, because if you can understand that and at least take time to stop and think about that for a second, okay, you'd see that a lot of people's reaction to you, meaning you and others,
like me, there's a lot of us too, by the way. There's a lot of us.
And it's them, it's not you. So I kind of like stand back now that I realize that. I stand back and I just look at them and go, geez, I hope they have a better day later. And I mean it.
I know,
in my
do too.
heart. I mean that. Because truly, if you look at them, they are so hurting and unhappy. And a lot of times I wish I could take that away from them. And for that split second, you are.
Yeah, that's the journey, though, that we all have to figure out on our own.
Yes.
We can't do that kind of stuff. I mean, we couldn't even if we tried. Even if we were magic, we couldn't. No. There would be some kind of horrible repercussion, because when we don't let people hit their bottoms, they're going to hit people. We all are going to hit it. And it's not just drugs and alcohol. It's spiritual. It's emotional. It's trauma. It's all of it.
Yes. And that's one of the things in the program I used to tell beginners all the time when I saw them hurting so bad. I wish I could give you a window into what it could be like for you. And if we did, you know, maybe they would strive harder. I don't know, because they need to go through that emotional pain. For me, I needed that emotional pain to stay in the program.
I had to learn how to go through it. I mean,
Yes, without substance.
Yeah, and the thing that had me come back when I kept thinking I couldn't get sober, and coming back, I don't just mean physically to the meeting. I mean shooting towards not drinking alcohol anymore. Was we'll move a muscle, change of thought, but also you have to act your way into right thinking.
I can't.
And I thought acting, I did it anyway, but I thought they were saying, I think a lot of people think it means like acting, like faking it till you make it, which I can't do that. But
Right.
what it meant was action. Move your body, get your butt in a chair, shut up, and just turn your brain off for an hour. That I could do.
That I could agree with. I can't fake it until you make it. I can't. First of all, I don't know what I'm faking, because I've never been sober a day in my life. Okay?
Right.
And I don't, what am I supposed to be faking? Am I supposed to be following whatever? There you go again. Following other people. I can't do that. Can't do that. It's got to feel in my gut right to me.
It's getting back to that thing that we were before people told us who to be.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Oh, I love that.
I'm on a kick since February the 22nd, 2222 at 2:20. I've been on that kick ever since. Do you have a message for your sons?
Oh, they were one of the greatest joys in my life. The ultimate joy in my life was having them. Don't ever give up in your life. Don't ever give in to what others say, what others believe about you. You make your own opinion. You make your own destiny. Follow what you believe. Don't bend just because you want somebody else to stay with you. Don't bend.
Do you have a message for your grandkids?
Oh, gosh. They're my next joy.
It could just be I love you. It could be simple.
And it truly is. They're very young yet, and they have given me such joy, and I can see their parents in them, which even gives me more joy, because I see our history going on, and I love it. I love it.
What about for your moon pie, your sexy man, Mr. Donald?
Oh, all I ever wanted him to realize is how much joy he's given me. His acceptance of me and the boys was unconditional, and I never knew what that word meant.
How old were the boys when y'all got married?
13 and 14.
But how long have you known Donald?
I've known Donald for 59 years.
Do you ever remember a time when you didn't know him? They got married after she had kids. They were teens. And I mean, that's some people just need to hear that for hope.
I was married to someone else for 10 years, got divorced, and then I waited another 10 years before I would go out with him again, Donald. And he waited. I mean, it's not like he waited for me. He waited those 10 years when he realized that I was getting sober, and I just did not want any relationship in my life while I was getting sober. And I had one, and it was not a good thing.
It's never a good thing.
No, it is not a good thing the first year.
If you go to recovery meetings and some guys at recovery is trying to flirt with you or hang out with you or get on you, or women too, run, they're sick. Get away from them. Sorry, I had to just put that in there. I am out of time, Sunday.
Oh, I enjoyed this tremendously. Thank you
for doing
so
this.
much.
I love
and thank
you.
you, everybody, for listening to us.
I love you so much.
I love you, too.
Hey, listen. Be blessed. That's what we do. We'll have shitty days, and we look for the blessings.
Absolutely. It could be the tiniest little
Anything.
stone. And
It's what the energy that we meet with it. Y'all have a good day. Bye.